Good morning. Good morning. This is Kathleen Al coming live for you to join me on what we call a daily guidance or weekly guidance, and inspiration. This is the week of January 4th, 2021. If you're coming on and you're live with me, please go ahead and give your name to StreamYard. I'm using this great platform called StreamYard. And just type your name and where you're coming from in the comments below so I can just know who's joining. Thank you again so much for joining. Today's or this week's guidance and inspiration is really going to be based around what we call New Year's resolutions or reset. And I'm going to be using the Sacred Rebel for the guidance from Alana Fairchild for the week as well. We'll use that deck when we get to the guidance. Please, again, just go ahead and type in your name and where you're coming from. It'd be great to just say hello to you as you're joining live. And please feel free to ask any questions along the way. So I am streaming live in YouTube and all on Facebook. Good morning, Shannon. I think it's, Shaman. It's great to see you. I'm just live on all platforms, so don't forget to just click on the alert buttons, whether it's on Facebook or on or any other platform or YouTube, so you know when I'm going live. So many good morning, Teresa. Many people who join me know that I am a grief expert and I assist people in moving through sudden and unexpected loss in their life, specifically around loved ones. I lost my son in 2010 to suicide when he wasn't speaking with me. So I have spent 10 years plus in a healing journey. And what many people are not informed is that moving through the loss of anything is a journey. It is not a destination, and it is not a quick fix. It takes time, it takes effort, and it absolutely takes the willingness to step into your journey and see it as a journey and move through the fear and the emotions that you're experiencing. This week's inspiration is all around whether we set a New Year's resolution or we reset where we are when we're in the middle of the grief process. Many emotions are flowing through us, whether it is within the last month or two or year that you've recently lost their physical being, or it's been 2 years or 10 years. It is still a journey. And it's just like when anything else happens in your life, it's when you get married, when you get divorced, when you lose a job, when you get a job, it is part of your journey. Yet when you lose someone, it is very challenging at times to move through that as a journey. And so we're not educated about that. We're not informed about that. Oftentimes, just like a job, you get a certain amount of bereavement time and that's it. And then you're expected to move on in this society. And that's just not how it works. So be graceful with yourself, allow yourself the time that you need, and know that it is your journey, not someone else's. The inspiration is we have to reset on a minute by minute, moment by moment, hour by hour, day by day process. We're in the middle of grief. Setting expectations that you have to do a resolution to create these goals and big aspirations isn't always the case. And I just want to hold space for you for that. And while other people are creating goals and achieving, right now, your goal and your achieving is to continue to move through your grief, to survive sometimes, to just take the next step. And other times it's to say, how can I incorporate this into my life and create great good from that? So you're on your own journey. And resetting could be inclusive of taking 5 minutes and closing your eyes and following your breath going in and out of your body. You could do the 4 squared process that I teach. It's you breathe into the count of 4, you hold it to the count of 4, you breathe out to the count of 4, and you hold it to the count of 4. That is the 4 squared process. And you just follow your breath the whole time, and you allow that to flow through you. That is just a quick way to come back to your center when you're feeling overwhelmed with anxiety, with deep grief. That's just one of many, many tools that I provide with my programs. And speaking of programs, I am starting a Grief to Belief Stepping Stones program. That's an 8-week virtual program at the end of January that will assist you in moving through your grief process. When you're feeling stuck in it, when you're just starting through the process, it teaches you the things that we're not taught. It provides tools and resources, and it will give you, and there's a healing component to it as well. And I also have weekly healing circles. So if you're interested in some of the programs that I provide, I'm at KathleenL.com. Don't forget to just touch base with me on my website and purchase Shattered Together from Grief to Belief. It's a great book that assists you through the challenges, and just knows that it teaches you that you're not alone, that you're truly not alone. It's support. Love the wisdom you embrace for the learning. And thank you so much. Good morning. I'm not sure who that is, but thank you for sharing. Good morning, Mary Lou. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that all of you made it this morning. For the person who said, love the wisdom you embrace, I would love to know who that is, just so I can thank you publicly. I appreciate that. So hold yourself with grace and ease. The inspiration is allow yourself to move through your grieving process the best way possible for that meets your needs. And meditation's one, breathing's another, journaling's another. So please just know that there's many resources and tools that you can work through. And if you're not part of the private Facebook group and you're feeling like you have some grief to move through and you need some additional support, please go over to From Grief to Belief Stepping Stones on Facebook and ask to join the group, because I'd love to have you there. Okay, so I hope that inspiration is helpful for you for January 4th. You don't always have to do what other people are doing. I took a break this weekend from social media. I took 3 days and was not on social media at all. And I spent the 3 days with my daughter, and we watched movies. We talked deeply. We sat and held space for each other. We cried. We laughed. We just created an atmosphere of being able to just be in the moment and support each other. So it was really nice to do that. Good morning, Mona. Thank you again. Hello, Happy New Year. Thank you for doing what you do. Well, I do have a link for the program, and I will I will post it in the comments when we're done. Thank you. So what do we need or you'd like us to know, so we may hold ourselves with grace and ease throughout this year and throughout this week of 2021. There we go. Let's see. I usually pick 3 cards when I'm doing this, so where we can create a little story about what's our guidance for the week. Now, it's not predictive. It is guidance. It helps you to stay centered. Free from judgment, Sacred Fool, and the Power of Attraction. So this is great. So this week, this is the Power of Attraction. This was the first card. So for the week, it's not in order. It's just like as you move through this, you're aware of what could come up for you. So Power of Attraction is really where do we focus our energy? Where are we focusing our thoughts? Where are we focusing our feelings right now? And it just like this, I'm going to give you a little story about the Power of Attraction. Is like this weekend, I really had some conflict internally about being supportive versus being in my higher self, and just the loyalty. And there was so much about it that I realized that I was in conflict and I wasn't allowing myself to feel the feelings I was feeling. And yet I was attracting some of that conflict by avoiding, by pushing away what I was feeling, because I was feeling, I was placing judgment around my feelings around a particular situation. So once I realized that, I was able to hold grace with myself and say, okay, what am I attracting? What do I want in my life? Do I want to push someone away, or what do I want to pull in? Because the more I avoid, the more I push away, or the more we push away, the more that it has control over us, the more of that is attracted to us. So if we're caught in some emotion, or we're caught in some downward spiral of grief, of self-blame, of shame, of all those words that we try to avoid and or those feelings that we try to push away, or bury ourselves in, then that's what we're going to attract. So one of the ways you can move through some of that attraction is free yourself from judgment. Like that's the next card, is free yourself from judgment, free to love. Like how you're able to move through some of these emotions is, again, hold yourself with grace and ease, and look at yourself and, go in your body, and where are you holding that grief, not just grief, but where are you holding that judgment? Where are you holding that shame? Where are you holding that self-blame or blaming others? Where are you holding that? And allow yourself to feel that. And then hold your younger self, your little girl, your little boy, hold yourself and say, it's okay to feel that, and then let it go through you. And then find a way to replace that with a feeling that you want to feel. So this is the sacred fool. So we can be tricked into believing that we deserve to suffer, to live in pain, to that the only way we're going to remember our loved one is to hold on to the pain, to live in it. Well, that's not the case at all. It's the sacred fool is telling you that there is so much more. And if you can hold yourself in the power of attracting what you want to feel, the connection to your loved ones are always there. And the more that we're able to work through the limiting beliefs, the more we're able to pull in that energy and feel their emotion, their messages, to actually see the physical presence of something that just drops in front of you, or a song comes on. Just know that their presence are here. So the overall message is, we attract what we believe we deserve, and allow ourselves to work through that, forgive ourselves, and attract what we want. Then again, the sacred fool, it is our mind, the ego, that likes to place blame and shame and guilt. And if we're able to release that and just focus on how we can bring in an energy that feels better for us, then that's the way to, and release the judgment of self, so where you can feel the love that's all around you and the support that's there for you. So I hope this is helpful for you. Don't forget to visit my website at KathleenL.com. My name is spelled out right here. It's KathleenL.com. And I look forward to having you join. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, to turn on that notification button. And I can't wait to connect with all of you. Take care. Removing yourself from self-judgment, forgive yourself more, embrace divine wisdom. That's for sure. For sure. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.